everyone, and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today I'm having a scrap day. Now and then when I look through my boxes I find all sorts of bits and pieces that I have left over, and I need to make some little cards to go in some packs I'm making for school. So what I did this morning was I emptied lots of my boxes and I found that I had a lot of paper pumpkin. Especially this one. I had the full set and then a refill. And I'd used little bits and pieces out of it, like the twine, and I'd used some of the pearls and things, excuse me. But I just decided that I was going to use the rest of it. And so what I've done is I've collected all the little bits out of the box, and I've also collected other little pieces that I had. And I had some of these labels from the Share What You Love suite. Remember, you could buy that little box and it had labels and it had the statement of heart on the front. So I've got those, and I've been making some tags, and I've allocated myself an hour. And the hour is to make little 3x3 or smaller cards to go in the little packs that I want to give out at school. Now, school starts back tomorrow, and so I've been making something for the parents. And I've used our little gusseted bags, and I've put a tea bag in and a little Hershey's Kiss. And I saw online a little poem for children going into grade 1 and kindergarten and things. And I just altered it a little bit so that it worked for preschool. And I've cut out some 2-inch pieces of card. Actually, it was scrap left over from some mail cards I'd been making. I used my tag topper. I'm going to glue this to here. I've got the tea bag and the little kiss inside. And then I got some of my old DSP and I cut it at 3x3, folded it in half. And I'm going to put it on here, staple it on, and then put the little tag on. Punch a hole and just put the little a ribbon through. And I thought it would be nice if I put a little card in for the parents. So I got my business card out, and I thought I would make little cards to go inside at the back. And on the back of my business card I'm going to put that if you bring this card back you can come to a free card class of mine. So what I now need to do, apart from making oodles of the bags and the tags, is to make the cards. So that's why I'm having a scrap day. I've found lots of little pieces. This is from the Lots of Lovely. There were the little gift tag pieces in there. So I've got those out. I've got the pieces from the paper pumpkin, and the big cards, these ones, I've cut down to 3x3. So that I can make nice cards, and it left a piece 2.5 by 2.5, which is still big enough to put my card in and to write on it. So as I say, I've given myself an hour. I've got lots of pieces all over the desk. I don't know what I'm going to create, but that's me on my day. So let's have a look. In the paper pumpkin piece, there were some gift card holders, which, let me just get, like this. And I didn't really want any gift card holders. So what I've done, I've cut down here so that it makes a perfectly fine card size for my bags. Some of them I'll have this way out, I think, and some this way. So let's start with one of those. I've already cut those pieces off. And, excuse me, tickle in my throat this morning. And so this is the little piece. As I say, I don't know what I'm going to put on yet, but I've got all sorts of things cut. So, oh, I'm not going to start with that one. I found these that I just did. These were like little place card settings almost. And I used one of the old paper pumpkin stamps that said "Just for You," and I've stamped on those, and some of them I've put the "Love What You Do" sentiment on, and others I've put the little happy stamp on. So let's start with one of these instead. So I'm going to get that one. And you can use them, you know, whichever way round. I've stamped some so that the portrait and some so that the landscape. And let's see, we don't need much to go on. I've got little flowers that I've punched out of scraps. I've got a few vellum leaves. I got some other little leaves that I've punched with my 3-leaf punch. And all I'm going to do is just put them things like this. No, and that's really all it needs. So let's have that stuck on. Excuse me while I get the Tombow. I love having scrap days, but often it takes me as long to get all the scraps out as it does to make all the cards. So I need to have a better system. I'm not sure what that system's going to be, but if you've got any ideas, send me a message. Let's put this little one on the top. And these cards were already printed out there. All I've done is just put the sentiment on. So that makes it even quicker and easier, doesn't it? There we are. And then there are little pearls that came with this kit, little green ones. But I've got out all sorts, you know, bits and pieces that I've had left over. Let's see, bits of the artisan pearls, some of our ordinary pearls. Oh, maybe I'll put one of the ordinary pearls on. See, there's no planning at all. It's just whatever you think at the time. Okay, and that's all I'm going to put on it. Because when that's closed, I don't need to provide envelopes because I'm putting them in those bags. Just put my card inside and that's it. So let's make a couple more. I'm sure I'll get lots done in an hour. Now, this is one of the pieces that I cut down from the big card. I cut it to 3 by 3, and I cut some green Bermuda Bay card to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So these were bits and pieces of card that I had in the Bermuda Bay. I didn't start a new piece. And in the corner, I just printed Happy Happy. And then in the pumpkin kit, it had these little 2.5 by 2.5 pieces. So I've cut some in half diagonally, and I'm just going to put that on the corner. If you want to advertise your business, you know, and take some of these, like when you go to the hairdressers or the doctors or something, just give a few out. You'd be surprised at you know, who gets to know about your business. Let's see, where's those little shiny green ones? Here. Let's put some of those on, just along the diagonal. I'm not going to put them all the way along. I'm just going to put 3. So there we are, card number 2. Let's have a look, what's card number 3 going to be? Let's try one of these pieces that I cut off the gift cards. Okay, so with the paper pumpkin kit and with, I think it was still the Pocket Full of Cheer kit, they had these little squares that had the printed dots round. So I've just stamped on it. It's a beautiful day. I might have it that way. Let's have a little look. Let's put some glue on. If you haven't got any of these, just use the little stitched square shape or something, and that would fit. And then had all these little ribbons and things, like little flags and things in the kit. And these long stripes. Maybe I could cut a little piece of that and flag with that. Oh, I think it had some sticky ones in as well. Here we are. Had these ones too. So let's cut a piece of this. Keep that for another card. Pop that, just butt it up to where the sentiment is. These little pieces aren't sticky. So I'll just pop a little glue on. Overlap the two. Oh, let's chop a little bit off that, it's a bit long. Now, it's so easy to create just with little bits and pieces. You don't always need a big set of something. But you do need to look through all your leftovers. And I've got some of these wooden pieces. I can't remember what kits these were from. No, that's a bit too autumnal. Maybe a little butterfly on here would be nice. Let's stick him on. Or her. Just give it a second for the tombow to dry. And let's put some of these little tiny beads on. These little pearls, I mean, not beads. A couple on the butterfly, and then I'll put one on the card over here just to match. And there we go. So another quick little card. Well, that isn't quite straight. That's going to bother me. Just move it round a bit. There we are. That's better. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Let's use one of the tags from the Lots of Happy kit. It had little black and white striped pieces, so I'm going to pop that on. But you can mix and match all of these little leftovers. There we go. And then let's use one of the little tags from the Statement of the Heart box in the Love What You Do suite. We put that on there, and I've got, whoops, a little bit of gold thread. Just round it round my hands a couple of times to find a few dimensionals. And let's stick it, let's see, let's stick it at this side. Anchor that down actually with a couple of these. Oh, it's stuck on my finger now. Just make sure it keeps staying on there. Take the little backs off. I like this little size. It's nice for when you've got die cut things and you're not quite sure if a big one will show. I like to put these little ones on instead. Let's make that one just there a little bit smaller. There we go. Let's see, I might put it over that side and put a flower as well. What have I got over here? These are flowers from a different kit. I think it was the Thanks and Sympathy kit. And it's one of these. I could put one of the flowers on that I've punched out, but I just want something sort of to match the writing here. Stick it up a little bit. And I might have to put this on a dimensional. Oh, no, I thought I might just because of where that sentiment lays. Okay, and then use one of these little bits for the middle. And I'm going to put a pearl on there as well. Let's see, just one of the little orange pearls from the Artisan Pearls. Go. If you wanted to put some leaves behind, you could. And I've got these vellum leaves. And because it's not going in an envelope, it doesn't matter if it's going to stick out. Let's take that bit off. Yeah, let's pop that in as well. More the merrier. There we go. Fold that over, and just simple little idea, and that'll work really well just to pop my card in and to go in the bag for the parents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate myself another 50 minutes, and then I'll take a photograph and add it to the bottom of the video so you can see what I managed in an hour. Okay everybody, see you again soon. Bye.